of a Secretary General. Consequently, no lawful organ of the party has invited me to any hearing. Indeed, as far as internal differences in opinion go, my only crime is that I have refused and I oppose any plans and schemes within the party to support President William Ruto's re-election, because I have held and continue to hold the firm position that this country cannot afford another 5 years of this expensive, divisive, incompetent and disastrous Ruto misadventure. Kleptocracy is not a philosophy that an entire nation can give a second chance. This month marks the beginning of my 9th year as SG of ODM. I am the longest serving individual in that position. To serve that long at the feet of the enigmatic Raila Odinga needed one to summon all reservoirs of wisdom from all possible sources, but most importantly, to remain a true and loyal student of the great icon. Even in the current circumstances, I would never betray the ideals and principles of my late party leader. I have served this party with loyalty, diligence, and unwavering commitment because I had a leader in Raila who nurtured young people and young leaders and knew how to bring competing interests and egos into one functional movement. Together, we have defended the Constitution, strengthened internal party structures, and safeguarded the voice of millions of Kenyans who believe in social justice and accountable leadership. My record speaks for itself, and it always will. It is in public domain that my opposition to the party's dalliance with Ruto started long before the Right Honorable Raila passed on. He understood my reasons and accommodated them. It is also a known fact that regardless of what political deals Raila struck with different regimes, he would never have allowed his beloved party to be turned into a mere appendage of State House, where decisions are rubber-stamped after instructions are received from the regime. It is painful to note that sections of the party continue to desecrate the legacy and memory of Raila by turning this party into a theater of the illegal. Just last week, on 3rd February, a Gazette notice was released purporting to legitimize the recent changes in party leadership, with the rider asking for public input within 7 days, even though the stated date had lapsed by 3 weeks. Essentially, those who now purport to run the party are aware that, for instance, the new party leader was installed unprocedurally and unconstitutionally. These shortcuts and illegal edicts reflect the bad manners that progressive institutions and individuals pick up as soon as they get cozy with William Ruto. I leave it to the party members to judge if this really is the path that the Right Honorable Raila Odinga had set for us. Just 4 months after his death, we can all agree that Raila must be turning in his grave. In recent times, many respected personalities within the movement have reached out to me and the rest of the leadership, seeking a middle ground of unity, at least until the National Delegates Convention is called. I may not mention all of them, but the party trustees, and they know themselves, as well as Mama Ida Odinga and Her Excellency Ruth Odinga, the women representative for Kisumu, among others, have worked tirelessly to try and unite the party and renew the spirit of Raila in the party. But it seems the rest of the leadership, answering to instructions from elsewhere, has been unable to embrace dialogue. I want to assure our members across the country that this is not about positions. It is about principle of our party. It is about ensuring that ODM remains a democratic institution governed by rules and not by impulses. And whatever actions I take from here, obviously after wide consultations, I will do so with my head held high, knowing full well that I have never once let down my leader, the Right Honorable Raila Odinga, or the members of this party who are its backbone. As I said in Busia, Raila did not raise cowards. He did not teach us to run away from hardship or challenges, but to confront them head-on. Our party constitution places a responsibility on us to fight for ODM, and fight we shall. Through all lawful means, we shall fight for this great institution until the very end. We will challenge every illegality in the courts of law and in the court of public opinion. Surrender is not an option for us. I urge our members to remain calm, steadfast, and committed to the ideals that brought us together. ODM is bigger than any individual, and it must remain anchored in justice, transparency, and respect for its own constitution. Even as we confront the spectacle of stagnation against progress and liberal versus conservative clashes in our politics, we shouldn't fall for the allure of easy largesse and cheap promises made to the electorate for the sole purpose of perpetuating the age-old slavery visited on citizens of this nation by a regime lacking in legitimacy. I remain a loyal member and the duly elected Secretary General of the ODM party. I remain committed to the struggle for a fair, just and democratic Kenya. As I navigate this period, I ask for your prayers and goodwill, but most importantly, for all of you to remain vigilant in guarding the freedoms that Raila Odinga taught us never to compromise over. We are the generation that will reach Canaan, as envisaged by the late Raila Amolo Odinga, and nothing will distract us from this endeavor. I am grateful to all of you for all the messages of support, and I want to assure you that we will be back to the grassroots bigger and more energized, beginning this Sunday in Kitengela. Thank you very much, and God bless you.